Hey everyone, thank you again for coming back to my channel. And I know the past few episodes, or videos rather, have all been really about just opening up first off Final Fantasy, which I still think is an amazing set, but also just, cracking packs because that's what everybody loves to do and get the thrill of the chase, if you will. So I figured now is an important time as any to discuss what I want to do with this channel, especially since we're still new. We're just starting, we're building, and I want you all to go on this journey with me. And I want you to know what you're getting yourself into because that's the only way this is going to work. So, starting July, here's where my plans are. It all may not happen right away on July, but this is where my outline is of goals. So, Tuesdays will still have little shorts or videos of cracking packs, and when it comes to unboxing times, we'll probably have those for anything that comes out that's new. If I get boxes of older stuff, I'll probably do those as like just a small little cracking packs of individual because that way it's kind of more stuff, but also because I feel like that's a lot more fun. But anything new, if I have like a new pack that comes out, like the Edge of Eternities, which is coming out soon, even if I record that on a different day, it will come out on Tuesday. So that's going to be the big thing. Tuesdays are set in stone on that part for me. But what else is coming to this channel? I know y'all are here just to watch me open up packs and do all that. We talked about this in my first 3 videos. I want to talk about having a chance for us to do videos and discussing about the rules about this game because I'm relearning it so much and I want to go on this journey with you guys. Now, some of y'all who are watching this have been playing this game for a long time, so this is not new territory for you. But others, this may be new territory just like it is for me, or at least to me, it's semi-familiar territory, whereas for you, it might be brand new. So I want us to go on this journey together of learning what there are, what the rules are, and the excitement about this game, because this game is a lot of fun, it's a lot of excitement, and there's a lot of community here. I also want us to be able to talk about the meta of the game, what's going on outside of gameplay, when they decide to ban certain cards. Well, why are they banning them? Or if they decide to change a whole format, or if there's some type of big news going on about some type of event or about certain changes going on. I want to talk about that. One of the things I eventually want to talk about here real soon is going to be the meta about how judges were part of the community or part of Magic, how it came to be for judges, how they evolved, how they grew to where we are now, where there's not really an official judge position. And that's going to be part of one of the videos. I don't want to go too much into it now, as much as I want to share my thoughts on it. That's another video. So we're going to wait on that. Just know that's coming up. That's probably going to be the first big meta talk or hot take, if you will. We also want to learn the mechanics. Not everybody knows what mobilize is. Not everybody knows what trample truly does or first strike or whatever. And I know a lot of those are very simple. First strike is usually pretty simple for people to get, as well as trample. Mobilize, I still get stuck on sometimes. So while we're learning the rules, we're going to learn the mechanics together and see how that works. And, well, how does trample work with death touch? How does 2 people with first strike, how does that work? These are things that we want to learn together. So we're going to do that together. So truly you understand how the mechanics work and how they function. And if I end up missing a mechanic or a specific card, please feel free in the comments to tell me about that so I can research it, or I can reach out to a person I know who's more experienced. They can teach me, and then I can share that knowledge with you all, because that's very important here. I also want to talk about the game formats, because even though right now, like, all I truly know is draft, well, I guess it's draft because that's what they do at the pre-releases, where it's the sealed. I know the sealed format for pre-release nights. I know the standard, which I don't even know if it's called standard, but the 60 card standard that they had way back in the day, which I know still exists, but it's not as widely used. And I know Commander, because Commander is my common thing that I always play. But there's Pauper. There's, there's a lot of, I know there's a lot more than that, but that's the point. I don't even know them all. So let's learn them together. Let's find out what formats are, because maybe there'll be formats that get me interested in trying, and maybe there'll be formats that fit you better if you're not a Commander player or some other format that I know I enjoy. Maybe there's something you like. And I'd really love to be able to go and have videos down the road where, say, we do a draft game. We can have a few people get together to play together, buy a bunch, buy a box of like the jump starts, and have it where, as the video, like the special video collection of it is, a bunch of us get together. We pick 2 jumpstart packs, which we'll talk about what jumpstart is later on. Trust me, I promise. But we'll talk about that and then have us play the game using those packs to show how that works, how that function works. And that brings up a good point. What are the different packs? What do they mean? How has the packaging evolved? These are things that I think would be really good for us to talk about, because when you're going to buy older sets, not all of them are labeled the same way they are now. And so that's kind of important, because if you're not aware of that, you'll get lost. I got lost for a long time, and there's still times where I get a little confused. So this is stuff for us to learn and grow together. And I'm so excited about doing that type of stuff. Not only so I can learn, but hopefully I can teach other people. The other thing is, like I said, I want to talk about the hot takes, not only the news that comes out whenever they release something publicly for what's coming up now, but let's talk about the hot takes. Let's talk about the judges. Let's talk about Universes Beyond, or other things like that, or like your local game stores, or LGSs as some people call it. What ones are good? What ones are bad? How do you know how to find the right local game store for you? And why is it important to find a local game store? Things like that. I also want to make sure we talk about the lore. I know it's not important for everybody. Some people just want to play the game to play the game. But to me, I love lore. Lore is such a fun thing for me. It's what really kind of gets me into a special interest. And Magic is very lore heavy. So I want to be able to do that. Not only just talk about the books like I mentioned before, but, what are the Eldrazi? What are the slivers, my babies that I love so much? Who are these different planeswalkers, and what role have they played up to this point? Who is Sheoldred? These are things that we should really have fun playing with. And we can find out so much, not just by, going to the books, but by just focusing on those topics. It really can help bring up more of an understanding of why, story-wise, these things are really good, really bad, or whatever. And so I'm kind of excited to play that with this too, is to talk about the lore. Down the road, if I can get to it, I would love to highlight certain cards and talk about why those cards are important or powerful, or why they might be OP even. But we'll get to that. But also the thing is, I want to be able to sit there and do videos where I show you guys my deck builds. Why did I build a deck a certain way? Why is a deck done a certain style? And some of it's, going to be, okay, well, it's just for flavor, it's just for fun. And other ones, it might be like, oh, there's a method to my madness. And so I feel like this is going to be really kind of fun, because not only do I get to share how I think and function when I build these things, but it might inspire you to build your own deck similar to it, or even be like, hey, this is what I would critique and what I would do to maximize all that. And I will be honest, none of my decks are meant to be CEDH, which is competitive play. I'm not here to play tournaments. I'm not here to be competitive. Would I love to do that one day? Absolutely. I think it'd be fun. But a lot of those games are turn 1 or 2, we're done. I don't like that type of tournament types play. I like it where it takes a while. Let it build, let it cook. If you can let it cook and have a lot of fun with your friends, that's where the real fun is. So those are the main things that I want to really do starting in July and onward. The only other thing that I'm going to be doing, and it's not going to be available to YouTube, is on Twitch. I will be soon working on doing drawings of custom tokens, and my goal is to eventually hit all the tokens. And so that way all the tokens have a custom design, custom drawing by yours truly, and I might do something with it down the road. But this is something I kind of want to do because drawing is so therapeutic for me. It's such a fun thing, and I would love to have my work incorporated somehow into my gameplay. So that's going to be something that's going to be done on Twitch. And when the time comes for that, I'll make sure it's in the description below for my future videos. And it's one of those that, while I'm doing that, we may talk about Magic, we may talk about whatever. But it's going to be a very chill, relaxing place for us all just to have fun and do whatever while we just draw and have a good time. So I do hope that when that time comes, you all join me on that as well. But this is what I'm looking for when it comes to July and onward. Each month may be slightly different. I can't guarantee it's all going to be perfect right away from the get go. I mean, it's going to be a lot of recording and practicing and running around with and working on. But the idea is that eventually we have a cohesive structure for this channel while also making sure there's no risk for burnout. Burnout is a very dangerous thing for YouTube, and it also can make it where your special interest becomes something you hate. And I really don't want that for Magic or for YouTube. I've always, growing up, wanted to do something like this. I originally wanted to do it as a gamer and record video games and like do my own little talks and parodies and goofs of them, just like my favorite people to watch on YouTube, rather, like Game Grumps or Jacksepticeye or whatever. But I don't really know if I want that anymore. I mean, it's kind of one of those, if I do that, it'll be something on the side that's for funsies. But I love the idea about this. This is something that becomes a not just me enjoying what I do, but I get to share the experience with other people and help them share it and grow and everything else. And that's actually where a lot more pleasure and fun and pride comes in for me. So I'm really hoping that starting July, with these bullet points, these plans, not only will I be able to launch this and make this go great, but you all will join me on this journey and we can have this fun together. So please, if you would, feel free to join me along this journey. Like and comment if you want. I'm not going to try to make that be a bad habit where I'm like, hey, like and comment on my things and subscribe and tee whatever. I feel like personally, I might, if I have to, I might make an animation or whatever for that to be the thing. But I feel like if you guys truly like my content, you'll like it. If you truly have stuff you want to say, you'll say it. If you want to subscribe so you can see more, you're gonna subscribe. That's my faith in how people enjoy videos and enjoy the algorithm. But ultimately, I just want you guys to know that those are the key things we're looking forward to from this point forward, that I want to give to you all and what I'm hoping to have be coming up. If there's anything else that you suggest or want to suggest that I can put on that goal sheet, and things that you think would be really cool to have on this channel that either you want to see how I do it or that no other channel you know of does, and you think it'd be kind of cool to finally see somebody do it, let me know. Let's have fun with this. This is not just a me only experience. This is me sharing it with you guys. So I'd love to have this. Let's do this together and make this be an incredible channel for us all to enjoy and grow together. Besides that, I'm going to go ahead and close this chapter. I know it's a short video, but that's because I want to make sure I just get it all out. I feel like I'm talking a mile a minute, which I probably am, because as much as I like being in the front of the camera, when it's not fully planned out, my anxiety gets the best of me, and I barely have just a very rough sketch of what I want to do. And I mean, that's the main thing. Oh, also about the rules. I want you guys to understand the rules is going to be a very long process. So please, when it comes to the rules, whatever day I set of the week, it will be a long process. And I know some people are like, well, I don't have all day. I understand, but let me explain something to you guys. The rules, it's a PDF that's 299 pages. And I understand that you're not really supposed to go page by page on this thing. And I don't want us to go page by page. We probably will try to cover everything on there. But this is why I want to be thorough, because, again, we'll get to the hot topic about judges, and I'll explain why I'm going to be thorough with the rules. But it's also because I don't want to leave anything unturned and have you guys be like, well, I didn't learn this. You didn't teach me this. So, because if I didn't teach you, then I didn't teach me. And then I don't feel like I'm doing justice in my due diligence on what I should be doing on this channel. So just know some things may take a while, but we're going to get to this together, and this is going to make this an awesome channel together. I can't do it without you guys. And even for those who have already joined in and subscribed and everything else, I value you, I appreciate you, and I thank you so much for helping me start this community and start this channel. I'm going to leave it right there. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and until next time, keep gaming. and kick some butt. I gotta work on a better outro.